Hi guys, welcome to Brandix Reviews. As with the previous videos, this is a major spoiler containing video, so if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, get out there and watch it. Don't watch this video first and then complain about spoilers. Okay, so a lot of you were watching this from this point on. If you've already seen the film, presumably you've seen it this weekend as I record this on Saturday. The film's been out for a couple of days in the UK. And there's been a lot of talk about the characters that die in this movie. I mean, on average, it should be half. It felt more to me like it was more than half of the main characters that were dying. But there's been a bit of discussion anyway in the fan community and just generally on YouTube from people talking about which characters are going to get brought back. Because it seems to me like it's a no-brainer that we have sequels coming out that are going to feature characters that have died off here. And if you've read the source material, you know generally how this goes. After half the universe gets killed, things get reversed. Clearly that has to happen one way or the other to a certain degree, because we have films like the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, which is going to have Tom Holland in it. There's no debate about that. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I don't think that they were quite ready to write off characters like Peter Quill and Groot and Drax the Destroyer and even Mantis. I mean, like my co-reviewer said on my other video, what's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 going to be now? Is it going to be basically the Rocket Raccoon show? Unless, of course, they bring the characters back. So obviously that's a no-brainer. But what is up for debate is how they're going to do it and which characters are going to stay dead. Because there is a major issue that not only were many characters killed during the Snap event, the Snap event being when Thanos snaps his fingers and kills half the universe, but there were characters that were killed prior to that. I mean, four obvious ones were Loki, Heimdall, played by Idris Elba, there was Gamora, who was Thanos' daughter that he threw off that cliff. There's also Vision. All four of those got killed prior to the Snap event. So there's been some talk that basically they're going to bring back everybody that died in the Snap event, but those that died before are going to stay dead. That's one of the theories. But I even have a problem with that. I mean, I can imagine that Heimdall and even Loki are going to stay dead. Maybe Vision. I don't know if they've got any plans to go much further with his character. They haven't really done much with him when you kind of look at the wealth of backstory to the character in the comics compared to what they've actually explored in the films. I feel like there was a lot more they could have done with him if they're just going to kill him off at this point. But my main problem here is with Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana. I am sure that in recent times I've heard that there's been talk about, obviously she's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but she's going to be featured quite prominently from what I've heard. So how does that work if she's dead? I don't really see that happening. I know there's been a lot of desire in the Marvel movies to make at least one movie an all-female lead superhero film. I don't quite know how that would work. It'd be a bit contrived, to be honest. I don't know what kind of storyline you would make that happen, how you would get an all-women superhero movie event and just all the guys just took the day off. That doesn't make sense. So, unless of course that was the main plot of the film where some character kills all the males off, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of a side issue. So, I've got a number of problems with a lot of these theories that characters are going to stay dead. But then it does make you wonder how it's going to work then. I suppose you could say that when Gamora was killed, it was during the event, obviously, that obtained the Soul Gem. So I suppose if you undid things with the Infinity Gauntlet, let's say, erased it from existence somehow, and destroyed the Infinity Stones, that might destroy anything that was directly involved with the Infinity Stones, and I guess her death was involved directly. I don't say her, I'm talking about Gamora. Her death was involved directly with obtaining the Soul Gem, as you saw in the film. Therefore, I suppose if you erased the Infinity Stones from existence, that would have a ripple effect. I don't know. I don't even know how that works, to be honest. Like I say, there's lots of theories, and a lot of it just does not work. And I'm really trying hard here to kind of come up with some ideas, but they just don't really make sense. So it's going to be interesting one way or the other how they're going to get around this, because they're going to have to. Like I say, I mean, characters like Spider-Man is going back because they're doing another Spider-Man movie. They're doing another Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so I kind of doubt that they're going to just kill off the characters that they did ultimately in this. So we will see anyway. Another obvious one, another massively obvious one. I haven't even mentioned Black Panther. I mean, you know, that film did so well at the box office. There's no way they're going to kill off the Black Panther character. And he was one of the ones that vanished. So it's just not happening, guys. You know, they're not staying dead, which in some ways kind of sucks, because you do feel kind of cheated after that, because it was a good ending to the film as that. A lot of people won't have seen that coming. I mean, I did, because I knew the source material, and a lot of people inside the kind of bubble of comic book fans, we think that we are the entirety of the film-going audience. We're actually a small portion of it, really, the ones that actually know what the source material is. So a lot of people have been surprised by that ending wherever he died. And like I say, if you kind of read it at face value, you're going to feel kind of cheated when you come into the next film and it's all undone. Well, the next Avengers film, anyway. So we'll see. Interesting times. Lots of interesting theories as well. So what do you think anyway? Like I say, I've enjoyed really following a lot of YouTube videos where people have been talking about this, and listening to lots of different theories, the very specific things that people have been coming up with, and how it's going to work, who they're going to bring back and how they're going to come back, and what the sort of pretext is for, and how the mechanics of it is going to work. It's a good time to be a geek, really. So you can really geek out with this film. And I think it's really going to bring a lot of people who aren't even geeks, but have that side to them. I think it's really going to bring that side of people to the surface. Because I know a lot of people that were really excited about watching this. And it's going to be interesting speaking to people that have seen it and what they think. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Brand X Reviews, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. For now, I'll just leave it there and say thank you very much for watching.